Episode 36, we are back after a week of trying to navigate Nick's podcast off the phone. It's still stuck on the phone, so we'll leave that where it is. Another guest, excited for the first new guest of 2025. Yeah, it's Charlotte, Mum's Vibe. And, you know, what have I made a little song to myself, actually, like, Mum's Vibe. We need, like, a jingle of some sort. You need to write jingles. Yeah, totally. I'm on the to-do list. So Mum's Vibe is, what's it about? Where did it come from? Yeah. So the Mum Vibe is, it's a feel-good resource for mums, parents, dads, grandparents, all carers really for that matter. And it recommends baby and family-friendly days, travels, wellness. But the unique thing about the Mum Vibe is that there's always something for mums, parents, grandparents to enjoy as well. I think that's so important because they get lost a bit, don't they? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, of being lost in it, but actually it's also important to we look after ourselves a bit. It can, everything is a bit easier. Yeah, massively changed, hasn't it, as well? Because I remember when my kids were younger, especially Freddie's 18, it was all just play groups, and you'd go and loads of other. Whereas, you know, it's nice to be able to, the kids can go and enjoy themselves and you can have a coffee and whereas I think I was on my own a lot at those playing groups. Yeah, out in the corner and no one really spoke to each other and don't have a anything like that. Really, it's nice and it has changed a lot. So yeah. And I've noticed, so I had my first baby in 2019, so maternity leave 2019, 2020, and a period of maternity leave from last year, and with my second baby. And I've noticed, even since then, a massive shift. Like 100%. Yeah. So I could see it emerging in my first maternity leave with sort of baby sensory classes, which were really immersive and tell it was to appeal to parents as well, you know, and cool themes such as 90s, etc. And it's just skyrocketed, I feel, in a number of years. So now you've got wellness events where you can take your children. You've got coffee clubs, you've got brunch club, and it's just so much. I love shouting about that and shining a spotlight on those services. Yeah. And the importance around it, that is mental health, 100%. So I think, you know, mom's mental health, anybody's mental health is important, but as a mom, so vulnerable. You know, you have your baby, and feel quite isolated. It can be a lonely, lonely world. And actually, it's nice when people do things like what you're doing, because actually there is things out there, and some people don't know about those things. And we need to look after each other. Yeah, definitely. And it's something I feel really strongly about, and I think that's the key reason for the Mum Vibe. Yeah, supporting the mental health of parents, grandparents, carers, and it's interesting actually. In a recent study by the UK arm of UNICEF, it was reported that 63% of parents struggle with their mental health. Wow. And it's a really stark statistic. Yeah. But also, I think there's this sort of thing, isn't there? To go, well, you know, you can take a break from the kids, etc. Great, of course, that's great sometimes, maybe to sort of reset. However, for a lot of parents, that's simply not possible. And of that 63% who reported mental health struggles, 62% said that was because of childcare struggles. Yeah. Some people don't get that chance to have a break. But actually going out and doing things what is them as well as the child, gives them that actually I am important. Exactly, because we are. It's so important. And it's not that, you know, obviously you've got to adapt when you've got children, of course, you've got to plan. But there are so many things out there, and I just love shining a spotlight on that as a Mum Vibe and saying to parents and, you know, carers for that matter, hey, you know what, you can still have a great time. There's so many things out there, and with careful planning, mindset, you can do it. You'll have a great time. So you had your first baby. How old is your first baby? So he is 5, really. In 5, some people like, it's a great age also. It is a great age. And my youngest is 1. They've got your hands full. That's kind of full. Yeah, I miss that kind of, like, hard when your children get a bit bigger, because like when people say they've got like little ones, like it's most incredible, magical roller coaster, which I like would go back to.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. Them days of playgroup, them days of just like me double buggy, hard as it is, it's bloody lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. That really resonates.
So when you had your first baby, what made you think, right, I need to do one side? What was it that thought? Did you struggle to find things to do, or did you just think, you know what, there must have been a point where you thought, I need to help people, or I need to do something?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've always been a good timer.
Have you?
I love having a good time. And, you know, I like nice things, like what doesn't really.
Absolutely.
And I remember in my first maternity leave, and I went to this class, and, you know, it wasn't a bad class. It was an all right class, but it was in a bit of a sort of like rundown church hall, and I went along. Maybe I mustered the courage to go, because, you know, when it's your first baby, you know, it's a big transition, isn't it? So I'd mustered the courage to go, went along, and it wasn't that friendly. You know, it was like, hey, a little bit, and I just felt a bit nervous, and the toys there were a bit, you know, they'd seen better days.
Yeah.
I remember coming out of that class and thinking, is that it?
Yeah.
And it's funny as well, coupled with the fact that I think when you say you're having a child or a baby, I'd like to think it's not done through malice. When you do feel there's a lot of comments of, yeah. Steady sleep. That's it. No good times.
When you say you're having two, I said I was having my set. Your life's over. Like, it's the older generation who do that to you. Because, like, I remember saying, like, I don't know if they do, they make you feel like your life's about to end. Yeah. You're not going to exist.
Yeah.
As a woman, it's anything other than this baby's mom. But, that's the start of it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I distinctly remember I was working, and I was having a baby shower for my first baby, as you do. It's nice, isn't it? And I remember a work colleague, I remember like the week before the comments like started, and I was like, what? I remember she said something like, oh, enjoy your baby shower, because that's it. That's looking like, you know, you can have no more good times anymore. And I thought like, oh. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you know what? I think with the mum vibe, it's empowering.
Because actually, I'm telling you say that because there's no truth in what you say, because everybody's got their opinion. That's absolutely fine. But actually, like, it is, there's no denying it. No denying this. Yeah. No denying that there's sleepless nights. What you get back from it, it's incredible. You don't have to lose yourself in it. It's the negatives, isn't it? People are sort of thinking on the negatives rather than the positives.
Yeah.
I think you do that a lot with that mind, with life, rather than being grateful for what you've got. It's that sort of negative, the negative side of how you can sleep.
Yeah. I think it's two things really. So I think first of all, it's important to acknowledge times when it is hard and you feel those emotions.
Yeah.
So I would never want it to be with the mum vibe where I'm like, you know, rose tinted blackness, good times, because it's not like, of course it's not. However, I do feel that it's important to acknowledge those things and go, you know what, right, what can I do now?
Yeah.
To look forward to it.
Yeah.
Mindset.
Yeah.
Because,
yes, it is about choosing every day to wake up and choose, right, it's hard work. What can I do today to make it a bit easier? Yeah, and it is like getting out of the house can be hard work. You know, remember times absolutely floods of tears. How am I going to get out of the house? Yeah, because I've got a baby that wants me. My hair hasn't been brushed. Yeah, sometimes you obviously sacrifice stuff. I went out one, you know, but we got out, and once you're out, and you go listen to you go out, and it's like, and I forever thankful for I was able to go to playgroup and I was able to talk to anybody. The other people who massively can't take that step, like can't go out and, you know, that must be really hard.
Yeah. And I think, you know, with some of I've thought about reassurance, giving mums and parents confidence and empowerment to go, you know what, you've got this, you can do this, it's going to be okay. And I think, a big thing, because let's talk about like going out for meals. I speak to a lot of mums and they talk about maybe perhaps how nervous they are of taking a little one out for food and meals. And the way I always frame it is actually because sometimes you do get people looking, especially older, but actually I truly believe it's because a lot of people want to be there, what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Of course you might get the odd few who are like, but I really feel that a lot of people look and go, gosh, you're not looking because your child's, loud or anything else. I've got made it up. Yeah. So I love reassuring mums on really going, you know what, I'm not looking at you because, and if they were looking at you the other way, but actually, let me do somewhere else for me and let them, you're there with your family, this and that. Yeah, my kids are noisy, but kids are meant to be noisy. Yeah. Kids are meant to. Was like, yeah. And like people think the kids should be sitting still and, still on the chair. And no, I'm ever taking over once, right? To this store thing. So, and he was absolutely not interested. He was on the ceiling. Yeah. And I could feel myself very all head. Yeah. And then I had to take a moment and go, yeah. He isn't meant to be sitting there like all the other children. Yeah. And you can feel that pressure, people looking at you, going, why is she not going to? No, I didn't tell him under control because he's two and he doesn't understand. But it's that like in your head, God should be acting a certain way. You're going to look at me. And actually, then, like I was perhaps a bit more vulnerable now, but just like, yeah. I was a bit like, me. Yeah. And I think it's a big thing, isn't it, of when you become a parent, of dealing with the unpredictability. Yeah, that's big. It's big, isn't it? And I think, you know what? I think the generation of parents nowadays have a bit of a tough gig. Yeah, because perhaps, typically in the past we were told with sort of, when you're feeling sad and things to go, it's fine, forget about it. Now we're having to, I guess, heal those things, discover ourselves, who we truly are, whilst also making sure these beautiful little humans also are learning about their emotions. So I think never underestimate, if you think I'm not doing much today as a mum, you truly, truly are, because you look after yourself and you're also looking after your children. I think I remember the mum when I was young, they were the generation of, they were just mum. My mum was peaceful. Yeah. That's what I was told to do. Yeah, it was just mum. And so then when I come to be a mum, and what I've learned is, I feel my emotional, I feel it's up with what I enjoy, that I give better. I also know that not a lot of parents get that luxury of, take time out. Again, that's where you come in. Yeah, and do things together. But I think what a wonderful way to view yourself is, yeah, I'm a mum. I'm also human. You have me, and I know these things, so I can better. And I am a much better parent. One from leaving my relationship, which was I was unhappy in. I am a much better person for healing. I'm a much better mum, healing, choosing myself. I love it out. But the fact at the person that I was when I left in that version of myself that lonely and lost. I chose to heal, I chose to breathe, I chose myself. Well then, because I am such a much better person, I think we need to get that across is, you can choose yourself. You have a one where you're not garbage. Absolutely. But children. My children are the most all-rounded boys. And we've been through a really rough year and a half. But you know what? It's how we bounce back as well. And I think it's good for children to see a real parent. A real emotion. Yeah, not a real. It's the hardest job in the world, being kind to yourself. Sorry. If not kind to herself, never to be honest with that one. Yeah, not kind to myself. And this week I haven't been kind. No, about travel with myself. Yeah. Stop being unkind to yourself. Because I'm like, I don't know. But then at me, that stuff. Literally, every day, your children look, go to school, football. Yeah, it's just you. Yeah, what more could more people in me out of like? Yeah, but you went to gym when they were at school. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So you went to have apple. Yeah, am I enough? You're, I mean, what we can be. We're not absolutely, and that's a hard thing. But it just, I think, transforms your life when you learn to be kind to yourself. And it's funny. I was talking about my second period of maternity leave when I was, last year, and I really felt it transformed my life. All of it. Yeah. And I wouldn't, maternity leave, certainly not a holiday, and I wouldn't want it to come across that I'm saying that. Yeah. But before that maternity leave, I was very fast. I was just rushing all the time. Yeah. I was, with my career, I was just like rushing all the time at work, and everything was a rush. And I'm so truly grateful for this maternity leave that I had, because I really felt it gave me the chance to slow down and realize what was important. But I feel that was massively supported by, the wellness events and things which were available for mums, being part of communities for mums. They were absolute game changers, and that's why, the mum guide just love to shout about it, because I really feel it really helped them. I think we forget that, don't we? That just slow down. Yeah, because society, will drag you along 3%. But that's also hard because you need money. We need to work. So it's hard to try and find the right balance of, you need to earn it, be able to live. We also want to slow down as well. And maternity leave, it's a good time to go. That's it, really. As hard as it is, because, not easy, no. But it is a good time to go, right, what is important? We had this conversation, don't we? Just in the kitchen about being grateful for what you've got today, and slow down and realise what's important. Yeah. Like for me, I get to put my old boys to bed in their bedroom. Yeah. And a roof over my head. And really, what more could we ask for in the big world of people who are fighting for that? Yeah. Very basic, like for me, when I had Jake, 14 weeks old, and he had brain surgery, it's very specialist, and changed everything for us as a family. What it taught me is when you walk into a hospital like full day, I just used to see on the TV, is what I have at home. Money is absolutely want to take their children, take them off school, do the very, very, very basic. That was my coping mechanism, I think, that it was diagnosed. It actually went to see the reality of some people's lives is all days at home, or parents leave without the children. I got to bring Jake home, and I get to see him grow up, and I get to give him everything I want to get him. I would be able to get that luxury. And in the midst of how hard it is, bloody is hard, especially when they got older and start answering you back and everything else. Navigation to parenting change is just so. Yeah, definitely. And I think it's when you can sort of implement practices to help with that, because sometimes it's hard, isn't it? When, especially if you're having a bad, if you're having a day, trying to write down, I'm gritty. Yeah, but I think with practice, it really does work. And one thing I did, I haven't done it this year. I'm thinking about doing it, but I did this about in 2022. And do you know that app is at 1 second every day you do? It's, you just take a snapshot of something on that day. And I did it. And I was like, I'm going to do one thing I'm really, really happy for every day. And I've still got that video, and I did it. Some days I did forget, then I got that. And I did that for the year. And I've got the video of when all of the days where it was just even just, some flowers. Yeah, just it's just really feeling that sort of gratitude and why do you really love those flowers? Even if you're having a bit of a tough day, it's some flowers. I do that when I'm having, if I'm having a tough day, it's like flowers and kites to me. It's really,
Yeah.
feeling like, wow, you really like that, enveloping yourself in the setting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think with those practices, it really, it's a game changer.
Yeah, and I think, again, I preached it. Well, I'm not preaching with the parent. There's times through which you treat them, and sometimes there's a parent, and the days where I got to Thursday this week and I had nothing left to give because I'm working, like working in the week. Hats off to anybody who works full time. I would stay the land with parents. By Thursday, I look like I've been dragged to the edge back.
It's how you work full time, I do not know, because I will be on the floor.
Hats off to thank you that, I only have to do maybe 2.5, 3 days. So I was just fine. And it's the mental load, isn't it? It's the mental load for me. I get to Thursday and I'm like, Thursday's like, that's 3 nights of football, school. And I'm not complaining, but the pressure as a mum, it's heavy. Yeah. So I've had to start again being kind to myself. So now I've got a timetable, like everything that's got to be done. Yeah, I write it down. But Thursday, I literally got on the sofa and I couldn't move.
Yeah.
With Robbie's,
Yeah. And that's okay, isn't it? It's that's okay too.
Yeah. I was like this. And the boys happily tucked in bed, and given everything. But I had to really recharge. I fell asleep at 8:30 on the sofa and got for it where I live.
Yeah.
I'm in India.
I'm in India.
You wake up and then you fall asleep somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's that mental load, isn't it? And it's being kind to yourself. And I really do think, you need to be kind to yourself.
But I suppose these events then that you do, so what are like the wellness? And they're not planning in the future, but we are do them. I think it's just finding sort of the right vibe to go with, whether it's going to be sort of wellness, whether it's going to be more, I don't know, like coffees and chat. So it's just finding the right sort of.
So what sort of ones do you go to now?
Well, yeah. So I went to a few last year where you could take your baby. There were other mums there, and it was things such as simple things, but absolutely transformative things, such as breath work, and then having teas with some mums and talking about mums. It was learning about sort of, sort of daily practices, what we've just been talking about, gratitude and things like that. And there'd be sort of other things there as well for your baby. So there might be, some little goodies there, some toys for them to play with. And I truly, truly believe these wellness get-togethers, this wellness focus on mums and parents, I truly think that's the future. And I think that's going to be just as important as, going for your postnatal checkup to the doctor, these wellness things for mums. I think they're the future, and I think that
as well. I think it's important for the mums to enjoy it. Like I say, when I went to that play group and I'm sitting there nervous, no one's talking, I'm enjoying it, and you come out thinking, how do I know this? Whereas now you're also enjoying that time with your baby. It's like, all good now because I feel like I share and take them somewhere. Whereas when you're going to these wellness things, you enjoy it.
exactly,
Yes, babies are, again, they need energy and things, don't they? So,
and it's baby sensory. There's some, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention any on the, well, honestly, I have to give a shout out to Dots and Tots, Ernst in Manchester, who, Becky is just truly passionate about what she does and the effort she puts into these baby sensory classes. And all the mums just so look forward to going with them. You have things like oh my gosh, it's like dance themes and I really like Fred again, and we actually, for my youngest, Becky did a Dots and Tots party in our house, and it was out of this world. And she was like, "What song tonight?" And I was like, "Can you do like Fred again? Like I adore you," and things like and mums and the parents just loved it. Yeah, about going, of course, some nursery rhyme, put their dance music on as well. The kids will look at it, parents at each other.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we're not saying it either, but, again, Zara just said, children feel from you.
Yeah.
Feel, even
Yeah.
they feel, well, they're big up to it. They can see what you, then they're gonna know that. Are these events, so is it all cost? Raise a cost. Yeah, it is a cost. There are some free ones as well. And, you've got a lot of walking clubs now, which are free. That's good.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of walking clubs. Some of the wellness events, so I have to give a shout out to Mind Map Mentality. It's hosted events in terms of mum wellness, Wild and Wild. Just say the Wild and Wilds. Yeah, that was just lovely. As is Hannah from Mind Map Mentality, and honestly, like, they're sort of one-off events, but I truly feel they do come to cost, but I just feel like they're such a good investment in yourself.
Well, yeah, because I think we're almost changing societal norms. We're actually saying, if you look after yourself as a mom, you give better. Yeah, it's not. But yeah, and we're always saying we should be a playgroup, and it's all about them.
Yeah,
which I get. Also, let's change that. Actually, if you as a mom put things daily into, or you give better to your children.
Yeah.
And I think we are, honestly. You can see a shift, can't you? I can see a change in from when my boys were little. It was very much, there was none of that. Well, unless I didn't know about it. I would be in the church hall. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love bread. I'd go every week now. I've got a baby.
I don't think you should.
Not just I would still I absolutely embraced it. But actually, I don't remember ever thinking there was anything for. I mean, it was very much.
Yeah.
Whereas I love that. Because if I had a baby now, that's where I would. That's the reach up.
Yeah.
Because when I had mine, I was very much like, what do the boys need me to do today?
Yeah, for that. Yeah.
Never just me. It was very much.
Yeah.
Give, which we do. But it was never much like
But you go and enjoy.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yes, I did. Really. I did. No, but I also think it's nice because people are changing the way we're very vulnerable when we become mums. And I think it's important that what mums stick together as well, women empowerment, to understand that our mental health is so important in the world of trying to bring up children. Because not only are we bringing up, we want them to be good adults. So that's where I come in with my boys now. It's like I shared something on Instagram yesterday. Is I'm not here to be the best friend. I'm here to instill them. I did see that. And there's a lot of people who think, I need to be my child's best friend. Don't get me wrong, I love and adore my boys and we have the best times. I'm also here to set good boundaries, good rules. I need you to be a good adult.
Yeah.
People forget that, don't they? They have to forget things like, well, let them just do what they want. It doesn't work like that because that isn't real life. I can't let you sit on a game 14 hours a day because I'm not letting you be that sort of person. But that's because I feel that's like one that I want to be, and I don't want them to grow up to believe that that's what they do. And we've all got different rules and regulations.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be my child's best friend. I'm here to make you into a good adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I sound like you're off my still truthful. I think you do, don't you? But yeah, hard to find the right balance.
I had it this week just on a completely different level of with Theo's dad. When we got divorced and my mum made me some divorce cakes and Theo sent him a picture of them and he was like, why are you doing that? You shouldn't be. And I'm like, I'm okay with Theo seeing that as well. You aren't a bad dad to Theo, but you hurt me, and that's not okay. I don't want Theo growing up thinking that that's okay to treat people how he treated me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it is that sort of...
I think you can't get away from real life situations. And I think what you're saying is what the Theo to see, actually, this is what's happened. Yeah, and this is how you bounce back. I think it's like, it's okay not to, I respect him as his dad, but it's not, I don't want Theo to think that that's okay, what he did, So, it is hard, I think, like when they were what you would want to buy was one of the best time.
It's just, it's chaos. Sometimes it's just like, So basically, my husband would just say, it's great. Yeah, that is. But you know what? It's just funny, and my 5-year-old especially, he's just he laughs at me. I think he's starting to like laugh at me as well. Like we've got the same sense of humour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think when you have want to like have a second, and then you realise how quick that times went. I know. So I think you cherish it more. If I can, I've got those 2 years between mine, and I remember bringing Jake home, and yeah, you blame, and then now I'm nearly 8 and 10. Why, I don't know if my ovaries can cope with not having any more. I'm worried about it.
Oh, no.
The more I sit here and you talk about your one body, the more mine ovaries are going getting.
Oh, my 20s turned 18, so, and that was emotional.
Yes, I know. And
So yeah, it was like I suppose 18 is
Yeah, I was a parent.
like I say, I was very, I was 21 when I had Freddie, so again, I was quite young, but yeah, I was quite young and probably, like I say, the play groups and things like that were in. But yeah, God, really. But again, there's that shift in women supporting women, isn't there? I think because I had my friends and things like that, but there's very sort of mums groups and so much more now, whereas there was none of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think, none of our friends had kids at the same time, so it was, and there's a lot of people now who are, for women empowerment and absolutely, I think there's no unfortunately. When I was that age, I don't know. We've got the mum on the floor as well, and brunching and things. So there's honestly, like I said, there's just been such a huge, as you were saying, a bit of shit yet. Yeah, which
I am having to evolve this because you've got a good following on Instagram. Yeah, a really incredible following. I think you've really got a good niche. I think it's good because it's opening doors for parents. It's making people feel different, and I think that's what's that important. That's why we do the podcast. People to come out to share different views of, this is the way you can live, how it could be. Yes, no parenting. Let's try and make it a bit easier for you.
Yeah, I love that. I just love that.
Make it. Do you know what, guys? I tell you what, sometimes things that got me through the hard times of parenting is just being around people who just go, and just like offloading. So where do you think I'm excited for it?
Yes, do you know what? I really do feel like such a buzz for the mum side. I really feel I had this calling to help mums and parents. And I think it's two things really where I see this going. So first of all, I love talking about sort of mindset, being respectful, obviously, that we go through emotions, acknowledging those, but also going, actually, what we've been talking about. There's so many opportunities. There's so many things that, to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I think it's showcasing places, events, etc., where perhaps, you didn't know that are baby and family friendly. And also that you might think, oh, I didn't know that place was family friendly, because you'd be so surprised. Some of the places that you'd expect to not be, typically baby, family friendly, they can honestly, some of them have just blown me out of the water, to be honest with you. Yeah. Don't you get people like asking you to go to places? Yes, and all that stuff. Yeah. We've had a few approaches about places, classes, products, etc. to showcase, but I always want to make sure, and I always emphasize this to the mum guide followers, that it's truly authentic, and it's always and and it's got to sort of fit with the values here of being kind and positivity, being supportive, mental health,
and that's why you'll do so well, because when you're authentic,
sure
what you've sort of, you're right, very much actually this is what I'm enjoying doing, rather than just putting something on somebody's that's going to be like, I think once you become, I'm doing a lot of work around being authentic self, and I think it shows a lot, like for you when you look at what you do. I think that is you
feel like it's you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, really, the way that, I think, because, you can get wrapped up in that stuff. I'm going to take work out, people are going off. But actually, no, stick to like what's really true to you.
Yeah.
And it's important not only for mum back, but in life.
Yeah.
Like this morning, honestly, I made myself laugh back to reset this morning, listening to that Kim Brett podcast, or incredible. Like, she talks all about stepping into your power, being kind to yourself, what you can do every day to be kind to yourself. So I've actually put her on this morning, press play, because I am not being kind to myself. So I've got up this morning, I've listened to her. So I'm just pretending that I'm well robbing.
Because it's again, like, for me, what helps me to be a better parent, that's a good one to say, is journaling.
Yes, and
That's a big percent.
love that.
Yeah, Nick, our coach who comes on here, she told us about it, and for me, like, last night I got into bed and I needed, do you know what it is? I needed to put pen to paper. Yeah, I needed to do that. So for me, journaling massively helps me to navigate life and parenting. Or exercise, for me is a huge one. If I don't exercise, you will find me horizontal on the floor. Mentally, it absolutely just lifts me up so much. And 3 is, we said this earlier, self-love. I don't think we are kind enough to ourselves, or embrace all our imperfections, and actually we're navigating so much as humans. We are doing well. Absolutely. I need a gold star for this week.
That's I
need a reward. I might get a gold star.
she'll go get one.
I might get a reward on it. You get 10 stickers. You get facial. You found.
I've done well this week. Get me a gold star. So it's finding those ways, isn't it? Especially as a parent, finding those ways. Like, I've got an example. So I've spoken about this a bit on the Mum Vibe account, and when I was pregnant with my second, I used to worry myself about doing the school run. Like, really? Yeah. Sometimes your mind goes crazy places. And funny, a lot of mums on the account also said, listen, I hear you on this. Like, it can be a bit. And I think 2 things on that one. Firstly, I saw this reel, and honestly, it was just brilliant. And it was this woman, it was like, got to remember, I'm doing the school run, not being chased by a lion. And it was just, honestly, and I shared it and I was like, that is brilliant. And secondly, and we've talked a bit about this, I think it's I'm a true believer in looking for those opportunities. So what I started doing is, I'd get there a bit early and I'd go for a walk around the block. Simple. Yeah. But it's like, you know what? It's time for you, because I'm out in nature. I'm enjoying a bit of a walk. I'm here,
Nice opportunity, really.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe putting the podcast on, it's finding those ways, or small ways of enjoyment. And because they don't have to be massive winners. The things that fill me up and looking after myself are things that take 10 minutes. So this morning, for example, it's that 10-minute podcast with Kim Brett. Reset me. It's the 5-minute journaling. It's like taking that mindset of in the morning, actually, what can I do? Tiny wins that are going to transform my day. And I think, again, them little choices, isn't it? It's then choosing them time, things like you doing that on the school run. I mean, can I ask what sort of woman you are on the school run? Are you one who speaks to everybody, or are you one who's guarded? It's funny, I think I was actually a lot from chatting to people.
You're on my whole dog. It's a good job.
I look like
it's good.
Yeah.
I like work every day. I don't need to do it. I can walk.
I've got a friend actually, and we laugh sometimes and on the school run, and I feel very grateful because we've got a lovely community of sort of parents at the school. And we enjoy meeting and stuff, going to people's houses, having drinks, bringing the kids. We love that, and we laugh because we say, imagine if we opened up a little coffee truck outside the school. I mean, we sell coffee. I don't kind of want to toast. We could chat. But then you think, well, why not?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Because I make a friend wherever I go. Yeah,
I'm like that. I know everybody on that playground.
Yeah,
And I get dead excited by it.
and weirdly, it uplifts my day. Sometimes, like having a good having a chat. Yeah,
Just get to school run.
yeah,
Get dressed in your smartness when you on the school run.
Exactly.
It's free. It's free.
exactly. Yeah, it just it's like I feel sometimes it's it's good that, and it's funny actually on this topic. Just yesterday, I was having a get out again for the school run. And I looked at it as an opportunity because me and my youngest, we were up, we were ready, and we said, right, where are we going to go rather than go for the school run? Because if the school run hadn't been there, we probably would have still been in the house. So I think that mindset shift to go and actually, what opportunities can I take from it? When we went out, we had a nice walk and grabbed a coffee, and just mindset, isn't it? The powerful thing.
I always think about, you don't know what somebody's gone through to get to the school today.
Absolutely.
Because, there was a girl I saw once on a store and she's massively struggling. We have mornings where not Hulk Dory. I remember definitely Oliver was definitely too and trying to get himself ready and everything else. And so I saw this girl not long ago and she was massively struggling. Well, I can sense that a mile off.
Yeah.
I can sense it. I feel like I've got a good life.
Yes.
And I stopped my car and pulled over and we reset there and then on the side of the road. Yeah. Because it's all about being kind and you don't know. I speak to everyone in the school and that's because I want to make sure everybody's okay because you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
The parents and parents who are on the road who may have no support network. For me, that is a huge thing and that's where I work with vulnerable children, but I also have a lot of understanding. I want to be there for them parents who go home at night, nobody, or they haven't got anybody to offload on. It must be so hard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's where, for me, is I love to open a little, you've got a food centre by me, is just for people just to come for a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Help, just give me a problem. Yeah, let's sort them out right now. I'm not going to branch about. There's a chef opened up her out. Do you know what?
Be there.
Because, when you felt it, when you've had them hard times, when you've been on the floor and everything else, you've got empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it's trash pulling over for that woman. Did I care?
Yeah.
No. More of that. That is your one. Yeah, that is just, that's what we're all about. Mums supporting mums is a huge, keep care of the mum vibe. And I think there's, it's funny, isn't it? Sometimes we look at the ways we do things and I think, gosh, I bet in time to come, things will change. Where I'm going with this, I've got a very good friend who actually recently moved out to Singapore. And she's amazing. She's a really good friend in my life. And she's got 2 kids, moved out there for work. And she said to me, it's crazy if the school's there because the parents can go in for a coffee. Oh, wow. I love that. Yeah, and it's funny, isn't it? Because you do think, why is it we do things like this way? There's so much, I bet, in years to come. I hope, anyway, it's just a bit more of a community, right? Wait, I'm not with me. Yeah, actually, I think they do a coffee morning. I think I think the PTFA.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about getting involved. Yeah, I'm thinking you'd be brilliant. You'd be brilliant at that. Yeah, can you imagine me? Yeah, honestly, you do not know a little bit of kindness what that can do for somebody's day. Because, like you say, the school run for some mums are a huge struggle, and just having that bit of upload.
Yeah,
yeah. And it was Shelley. Funny, I'll tell you this story as well. A few weeks ago, one of the self-checkout to the supermarket, and had the 1 year, he was just inconsolable, and I had all this items out, and I was putting it through, and this woman just came along. She had a cape on, honestly. She was like, "We're putting your shot through for you," and she did it, and she was like, "Take your bib, I'm gonna put your shot through for you." She was like, "That's one pit and then sorted." And it's funny. I was walking through the school and I bumped into her and she's a school mum. Yeah, right. Life's crazy, isn't it? Some of the correlations and things that we need more people like that because I don't think sometimes they're known. What how am I going to do? I've got a baby that's doing, I need to get me shopping. I just want to be at home.
Yeah.
And it just takes that one person to come in and just be really kind.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm thinking, take home message is mum's vibe is a vibe of actually looking after mums.
Absolutely.
Learning for mums to, it's okay to need things as well. It's supporting mums, parents, the whole family in so many respects. You know, like mindset, talking, being supportive, kindness, and then, you know what, treat yourself, because there are some great things out there and you can take it as well. And you should like really go down the niche and maybe do your own group. I'm like starting like that sort of niche of maybe in a coffee shop, just starting it like in that way and getting mums to come out. I think you absolutely have people coming left, right, and even I'd come with that, babe. Please do. Like coffee shop.
Oh, wait a minute. That's good.
And with that, I mean, she's very kind.
As a big thank you.
As a daughters.
So it's Kin Bakehouse and Kitchen. Whereabouts is it? Ernston, Manchester. Just fabulous cake.
I love one right now.
Wow. Are they Manchester tart? Pastis de nata. Can be Manchester tart.
Is that brownie?
That's a brownie. That's a cheeky strawberry cake.
I can't say strawberry cake on camera because that may go my face and over bed. But I'm going to have this one. I'm excited, so he is too. I'm okay. I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll try this show. I feel like that's
there's something for Saturday cake. Young's vibe.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Honestly, thank you so hard, and it's been fantastic.
And you know what? Come on again when you like really being successful, 100%.
Yeah. So happy Saturday.
Thank you.
Happy Saturday.
Bye.
Bye. Hold on.
These are red.